Hello, and welcome to the ADHD Girls podcast with me, Laura.
Me, Claire. Hi.
And today we're going to talk about health and ADHD and autism and that. But first, we're going to say how ADHD showed up for us this week. So, Claire, how did your ADHD show up for you?
Yeah, so I had quite a busy day on Tuesday and I was feeling that kind of state where I'm wired yet also exhausted.
Oh, yeah, that good old state.
Which is great. And I basically went home from work and I was like, I could just crash out, fall asleep, wake up at 10 and go, oh, I've missed everything and now I've got to go to bed properly and just feel really crap. But I was like, no, I'm actually going to go immediately for a run when I get home. And I went to the gym and did a run and I just bashed out a 5K because I was like, I just need to use that energy that I had, but in a good way. And I just felt really good. But the downside is that after that, I was so wired. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I always like movement, but I was like quite wired and I couldn't sleep too well after that. But I don't regret it.
No, yeah. Oh, that's good.
I kind of listened to what my brain wanted. It was like movement.
Your
energy.
My passion.
My passion.
Energy.
So I was like, yay.
Footwork. Oh,
what about you?
Good. So mine is that I've been trying to, because I find the more I move, the better I can deal with my ADHD and all my lovely tisms. But I have to now listen to my body where my body is, parts of my body are going, no. And in the past, I've tried to negotiate with that. Because it was like, no, this fit's feeling good and it will just step into line. But it's to the point where it's like, no, I'm going to have to pause because I don't want to do more damage. And it's getting worse and worse and worse. So I have to just pause and deep dive into all the symptoms that we were talking about of like, okay, be this, and you go online, you've got YouTube, you've got Google, you've got, because whenever I go to the doctor, it's just, oh, that's normal for your age, blah, blah, blah. I feel I get fobbed off. Well, if I go online and I'm like, oh, no, a lot of people have this and just try it out. It's some exercises, it's some this, but most importantly, just give it a rest and let it recuperate. And then I'm going to do some exercises to strengthen.
Yeah, I mean, we've spoken about this earlier this evening and we were sharing some pains in a particular part of the body and we both had the same. It was like, so we were sharing. And I think that, to be honest, I feel that's quite a key thing of being ADHD is this thirst for knowledge, thirst to find out and to get to the root of the problem. And so by you talking to me, hopefully, we've both shared some things that might be useful for each other. And it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And I think that is key part of being ADHD is that
sharing and
not ignoring those symptoms and thinking something. I think we feel a lot of things emotionally and physically, so we're quite attuned to when something's off.
Yeah, this is where I think we've got so much awareness with ADHD.
Too much sometimes.
Too much, but it's helpful, but it's also overwhelming. But for this, it's kind of, I've got this, and we both have a similar trait. And it's then going, right, this has worked for me, I'll try that or this. And, to me, it's helpful, but I will actually then try. And it's almost like I turn into a little detective.
Yes.
What do we do? Well, I find a lot of people just kind of, I've had that. Yeah. It'll sort itself out.
Yeah.
Or, there's not much effort that goes into bettering or kind of going, actually, I need to figure that out. Or even if, going to a doctor or going to a professional, whatever, it's not always either. Sometimes you have to pay, doctors can fob you off or have a long wait list or whatever. But I find we're very much proactive in, right, okay, what is it? What can I do? Let's figure this out. Let's see what other, and try and...
It's very natural for me to want to notice something, to want to find out what it is, to go into a deep dive and a hyper focus around it and to do, it becomes an obsession for that period of time. I need to find out everything I can, do everything I can to try and...
But you go down a rabbit hole, don't you? Because then it's like, oh, actually, because when I was looking online for this, it was like, then you got this, I'm like, oh, yeah, I've got that as well. Oh. But then I don't want to turn into a hypochondriac where it's like, oh, my God, what the...
I think
that's that line, isn't it, where you pull yourself back of, okay, I'm going to sort this out, and then any other niggles and
stuff.
See,
my experience, it isn't hypochondriac because I feel like I've headed off a lot of problems that would have got a lot bigger had I not listened to my body and gone, that's not right. And I think that is that acute sensitivity to what's going on in the body and something's off and pattern recognition is the thing. in the neurodivergent community. And so it's that something's not right.
Taking
Something's
control, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of, you feel like, right, my body is not at its best.
The systems aren't working properly. Whereas I feel a typical, they don't tend to notice things maybe till they're a bigger thing. And
they're in the
like,
ambulance on the hospital and going, yeah, I've had that pain for a few years now.
I never questioned it. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't look at it. I didn't look it up. I didn't ask anyone. I just left it. I thought, I forgot about it.
Do you think it's down to embarrassment, or maybe people are like, oh, I don't want to make a fuss? Well, we're kind of like, well, it's not about a fuss, but I need to figure this out. This needs attention.
It might be because we have so many sensory inputs that we almost can't ignore them.
Yes.
So maybe they just have fewer, and so they don't need.
Or they're used to ignoring it.
Yeah.
Like, oh well, maybe they were brought up in, oh no, we don't talk about that. Oh no, we don't sort that out, and it becomes a habit. While we're kind of like you say, it's just like, I can't ignore that because I can't walk. It's like, oh, my body's not working.
I'd also say it's down to resilience as well. Like, I feel like it is tough if being an undiagnosed all your life. And I think, we know things are wrong, or nothing wrong with us as a person, but we know things aren't working quite right. So we need to find out why. And I think it's that thirst to find out, that curiosity. It's not just accepting it something as it is. And it's like, okay, well, what have I got to lose? I want to try and fix this. I want to try and do something. And I think also, like, sometimes it's stubborn. Like for me, I'd be like, if someone says that won't work, I'm like, no, I need to prove them wrong. Yeah. And someone says, oh no, you definitely shouldn't do that with that injury you've got. And I'm like,
challenge accepted.
But really, I think I know better. I think I can find out a way. I think I know more about it than you do. So the health professional, I don't actually agree with that.
It's a mix. Yeah, there's that curiosity, but also it's that, like, that is just how I'm wired. I'm always a second something, okay, I need to. And I think nowadays as well, we have so much at our fingertips. Like, there's so many resources that we can go into that when we deep dive, it's like, oh my God, where do I stop? Because it's not where I start. It's, okay, I need to actually, 3 hours later and you're watching some, like, oh my God, that connects to that. And that's cool. What? And
it's the connections we make as well. Like, I was mentioning something earlier to you, and I suddenly remembered that, somebody I'd read or seen on something, and they said, oh, that's related to perimenopause, a uniquely thing. And I'm like, making those connections, I just can't help but connect things up.
Yes.
And hear something, and it needs to make sense. It needs to fit into my views, and not my views, my experience of life. It needs to fit in it, and I have to place it somewhere and connect it to something else. I think that is a very ADHD.
Yeah, it's that connection about, okay, well, that said that, that could, because
that's why our brains are so full, because we're constantly watching things, seeing things out the corner of our eye, or hearing a snippet of something. It's like, that fits into that, and that fits into that. Oh, that gives us our lack of focus at times, or inability to focus on the thing we might want to, because we're too busy getting distracted by all these other tidbits that are floating around.
The second you go online, you're like, oh, and then there's this, and then there's that, oh, and there's also this, and you can get kind of drawn away from your original, but then you're finding out more information, and I find that's interesting, because it's like the human body. It's me, it's how everything works, and this is what I'm made of.
It's how we get our dopamine, and we need our
dopamine.
So we just, it's that nugget of, like, I found that information. Oh my God, it slots into place. That makes perfect sense. That explains why I've been struggling with that. And I think that gives such a dopamine hit.
And it's almost like, well, that's what I want to know.
Yeah.
It kind of, the resolution is like, oh, okay, well, that does that. Oh, okay. And then it's like, well, what can I do? And it's always just sharing that experience with others who it's like, oh, yeah, you've got that. Oh, well, I have that. And you're like, oh, well, what worked for you? And it's that community almost of like, oh, well, I've got this resource of information and I can help someone, or someone can help me. And that's what I kind of like, that's what I need to know, because, with my leg, it's just not what I was doing really, really well. I was like, right, okay, I'm walking more. This is brilliant. And then it was niggling, but it's that trying to find that place where it's like, no, we can push through this. We've got this. And I need to move with my ADHD. I find if I become stagnant, I can spiral into that well, and I don't spiral into that well. So it's like, okay, I need to keep moving on it. And it's recently as well, the weather's changed, like we were talking about. So it's great to be seeing blue skies, seeing that ball of whatever it is out there. It's just fantastic to get that radiation hit. And it was feeling, I'm like, no, I've got this. But it's important, I think, to listen to your body and just go, right, I've pushed myself and this is not benefiting me anymore. And it's taking that step back and going, right, I need to do my ADHD deep dive and figure out what to do next. Because again, you know, like what we talked about, I've got many options I can now look at and figure out, oh, I could do this, I can do a bit of, you know, we were saying that, do some exercises with resistance bands, and there's loads of videos on YouTube to help with that. And I've got a plan of action now. So I feel a bit more back in control, because I find when something, especially when something is, you know, vital as your body, when something isn't working as you want it to, you feel that loss of control. And I feel with my ADHD, that straight away, that red flag goes up, loss of control. Oh my God. And it's trying to regain that control, but it's feeding on the information of what do I do to get, and I think maybe control might be a central part for me and my ADHD of like, right, I am, you know, it's my body, I am controlling myself. And that feeling of something isn't doing what it's supposed to, and it's my body, but I have no control over it. And it's regaining, most importantly, health, but also control over like, right, okay, I need this to work as I want it to, because I need to continue to go out walking, getting the fresh air. And when I am moving, my brain works so much better. I find my focus is better. My mental health is so much better. And I think when you've got your mental health in a good place, everything falls around it. It's vital. Yes.
So we were just talking about, you know, we need to have control over our body and control over our health and how we have that curiosity and thing. And something that happened this week where I would normally feel really bad about myself, or I ate so much food the other day. I think I probably, you know, I was saying ate as much as you eat on a Christmas day, which is, I don't know how many thousands of calories, but I ate a lot of food. But it wasn't in a good way. It was uncontrollable eating. I was eating everything I could get my hands on. It was all high fat, high processed stuff.
What do you think triggered it?
Well, this is it. So I was thinking like, oh, you know, I just felt really awful about myself. I was like, this is just not good for your body. This is, you know, your brain is going to be full of sugar now. You're going to see. I realised that I've been holding everything in all day because I've been at work. And so knowing that I am ADHD, I'm like, do you know what? I'm not going to beat myself up, because actually the environment is such a big thing. And I think I'd been to work, and I remember at one point somebody was talking, and it was hurting my brain because I was trying to concentrate on a task, and they were just talking. And I just wanted to scream, shut up. And they wouldn't stop talking, but it was enough that I could hear, but not, they weren't talking to me, but it was just there in the background. And so I was putting on my noise cancelling headphones and all the rest of it, but I was aware. The environment, is what I'm trying to say, it was just so stimulating. And if I wasn't having to work, I could have dealt with it. But I was trying to concentrate on a lot of data, and there's just everybody was talking, joking, laughing, and I was like, I can't deal with this. So this is what I mean. On the outside, it might look like, oh, she's coping with it. What? She's having a problem. She's working. The struggle it caused me. So when I left work, I just ate everything. I was like,
it's regaining control.
Human dustbin. Yeah. And I had no control over my environment whatsoever on that day. And there are things I could do, but on that particular day, it wasn't enough that I could do. And it was just like, right, it's way too much going on. But I think the important thing is, instead of like beating myself up going, oh my God, why are you eating all that crap? You know, you're trying to look after your health, the rest of it. It's really not my fault, because I wasn't in control of the environment. And it's such a big thing. I mean, you know, the stresses that you can be in when you're having to perform a role, but the distraction levels were so high. It was like our brain was just splitting off into all different directions. That is exhausting.
It is. And like you're saying, just because someone's sitting there, oh, she looks fine. But then how do you determine, just because someone's not crying or having a nervous breakdown on the floor, how do you know they're fine? Like you say, you're sitting there holding it in.
Yeah, I was holding my head in my hands. I was like going, what? My brain just felt like my brain hurt. I was like, I can't, what's going on? I can't focus. It's too much. You leave the constraints of that. And then my brain was saying, eat everything, get some comfort, seek some regulation. So yeah, that's
and a sugar hit as well, probably, because sometimes you need that, like, oh, I just want that comfort.
The brain needs sugar, doesn't it? The brain needs carbs and sugar, and I think it was just exhausted. The brain had so much activity going on, trying to shut out all this distraction. I mean, there were people singing, and it was, I don't know what the hell was going on that day, but it was wild. It was like, obviously people are having a break, But this is, they need to go outside and have a break somewhere, not where other people are trying to work. Because it's just crazy, isn't it? The office environment can just be so, I think the word is asynchronous. Asynchronous, where like some people might be having a break, some people are working, and none of it's matching up at the same time. So it's really disruptive.
It's like office politics as well, because you can't always go, right, I'm going to remove myself, but especially as well when you're trying to focus on work.
Well, yeah, where would you go?
It's
like,
and as well, sometimes you'd be like, oh, you're taking your break now. Someone will then catch you, and then you have to explain yourself where you think, I'm already overstimulated. I'm done with everything. I don't want to have to explain myself to someone because I can't deal with this environment.
Yeah, and I mean, at one point I had the noise cancel headphones on, and I was obviously really deep into looking at work, and that somebody rang a doorbell, and this doorbell needs resetting because it's so loud. And I was like, jumped out my skin, and then someone said, "Oh, you didn't hear because you have headphones." I was like, "Yeah, but that's that's not a reason why you can't have." I couldn't hear because I was trying to concentrate on what I'm doing, trying to do my work. Yeah, so that was wild. So I think that's what's going on, and recognizing it and going, actually, yeah, it's your brain is exhausted. It was seeking some kind of regulation. And
regulation and back in control, because I think when there's a lot going on, you don't know what to focus on or what to do, and you feel like you're torn in so many ways, and your brain's trying to focus on everything, and you think, I don't know what I need, but I don't need this.
So when I feel like that, the feeling I have is akin to, I have these urges or visions where I take a cricket bat. It could be a baseball bat. Anything's fine. And I just smash everything up. It's a very strong...
There are rage rooms.
There are rage rooms.
I think I would just never come out.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it would work. I'm intrigued. I would like to have a go. But I think that the urge I have is to smash up the environment I'm in. I'm not sure whether I'd have that urge in a room that was set up for that purpose.
Yeah, I think almost like,
would I be bothered? Would I have that emotional connection?
It doesn't matter if this gets smashed up, but you almost think, but I just want to smash up something that I'm annoyed at, but you're not annoyed at that room.
And you've got permission in that room to smash things up. So would it? It's that thing about if you were allowed to do it, would you want to do it? So I think it's around the fact that I can't do it, so I want to smash everything up. And I wanted to just really dramatically throw my computer out the window and just flip all the tables over.
Yeah, it's like that button where it says, do not press this button, and that's all you can think about is, I need to press that button.
Press button. So there's that massive urge to do that, and also just scream at everybody to shut up. And I did actually do a very dramatic thing in the office where I put my coat on and I flung it over my shoulders, and I got a little bit of drama out of that and stormed off. But
there was no fog or anything.
No, but yeah, it felt dramatic to me. I don't know if anyone else noticed, but
I can't slam the door because they're all like the fire thingy doors where you're like,
oh, I know, yeah. So close your doors, yeah.
Yeah.
That was that.
So we seem to be talking a lot about control, and the other side of the control is uncertainty. Now, I find with any uncertainty, my brain spirals. It will think of every scenario, and I will then be exhausted into trying to decide and make a decision on what do I do, what can I do, because I think a lot of it, sometimes you don't have control, and that makes the loss of control and the uncertainty even bigger for me, and then I spiral even more. And it is a catch-22 because it's like, I just don't think that way. I'm like, I never thought of that. But that's just how my brain functions or doesn't function. And that's why I think for me, control is such a big thing, because I think, right, I'm in control, I have certainty, and I have that known, I know the next step, and I feel safe. And for me, the uncertainty, it's like, well, am I safe? Am I not safe? And by safe, it can mean so many different things.
Yeah, it can be psychologically safe. It can be physically safe.
Emotionally safe. There's a lot going on there. And I find this is where, like, your brain can, the ADHD part, it's always, it's always there. It's always on. It's always in that mode of
ready to go. Let's go.
What are we going for? What's going on?
What's happening?
Yeah, it's like that backseat person. Like, what's happening? Why are you going there? Backseat driver. Like, well, why are you going this way? Why are you going there? Well, if you take that road and it'd be like, just shut up for 2 minutes.
That's a good analogy. Like someone just constantly prepping you with questions, like wanting to get stuck in something.
And I'm like, sometimes I need to like almost feel like I need to talk to my ADHD and say, right, I don't need you for the next hour.
Can you just go offline?
Get a milkshake, take a walk, just do something with yourself.
Yeah,
not in my head. And I feel like I need a break from it sometimes because it is just like, okay, we need it. I mean, it's useful in the terms of, right, my leg's not working as it should. What can I do? My ADHD is straight there. Like, right, okay, research.
We can fix this.
I'm a doctor. I'm this, I'm that. Right, I can do all this stuff. Brilliant.
Got a PhD in it, mate.
Yeah. But when I'm literally just driving and it's like, it's like, no, I don't need 50 options right now.
Yeah.
Right now, I am in control. I know what I'm doing. I don't need you. But maybe it's just that. Maybe it's just that recognition of, right, I don't need 50 options right now. But it's learning to not switch it off, I suppose, but turn it down.
That's where I would go for my run if I can.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm in that zone. I'm in a really good zone, and I'm just like, I'm running and running. I'm running away from something. I'm running towards something. Who knows? I'm just running. I'm running. Action. We're moving. It's happening.
There's that energy there, isn't there? Yeah. But I find with the ADHD energy, it's just sometimes when it's not needed, it's like, where do I put it?
I know, yeah.
What do I do with it? Because it's there.
It just bounces around my brain.
Yeah.
It just pings off every part of my skull.
Pinball machine. Ding, 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 ding. And it's like, no, I don't need this right now. And now this, I know I could spiral. It could be exhausting. My mental health could start being a bit dicey. And I think it's learning to recognise it and just going, right, where's the volume button? I just need to turn it. And sometimes it will just be, right, I'm going to listen to a bit of music, or I just need to dial it down. That's how it sometimes works. It sometimes doesn't. But we're all human. And I think it's just letting yourself have that, like, yeah, okay, it's not about being perfect or not perfect. It's just learning to live with yourself. Yeah. Learning to live with
the ADHD.
And the ADHD. And if you have autism and everything else everyone has going on.
Yeah.
And it's just learning to go of like, sometimes you're in control, sometimes you're not. And it's sometimes maybe speaking to yourself on, I need to turn, right now I don't need it. I need to turn it down or turn it off or whatever.
This is where I give myself space. I think sometimes that's the only thing, time and space.
Mental space, yeah.
Get away from the situation.
If you can.
If you can. Change it up, move somewhere else. Because we need that to put a break. Otherwise it's like put a fire break in, basically.
Yeah.
To stop it, go, no, enough, I need to move away from this now.
Yeah.
But it's very hard because we can be so switched on. I mean, at work I feel like I'm really switched on, but the downside is that switch doesn't come off very easily when I've finished
broken,
work.
That switch is just on. It's on max constantly, and you're like, no, I don't need this right now.
Thermostat's broken. It's overheating.
Yeah. In winter it's great, in summer not so good. And we now come to the no shame zone where we share something where in the past we would have been like, oh, I shouldn't do that, or I shouldn't feel this way. And now we just say it out loud. And for me, it is that learning to listen to my body and just go, right, I need to just pause. I've done the research and now I just need to rest and not push, because everyone, if that was me, I'd run a marathon tomorrow, or listening to all that toxic nonsense.
Yeah.
Or if that was me, I'd just walk to Scotland. Or
yeah, of course you would, with a leg hanging off.
Yeah.
I'm fine. It's absolutely fine.
That happened to someone I know, and they just carried on and it was fine, or whatever nonsense that people say. I'm turning that down and going, no, I'm going to give my leg a rest. I'm going to do exercises and see how I go. So that's my no shame. So what about you, Claire?
So I've talked about, wanting to smash things up, and it's a very visceral feeling. And I would have felt, actually, I felt, oh my God, you're angry. You're not supposed to be angry. You're supposed to be in control. And I think, no, sod it. That's how I feel. And okay, perhaps don't act it out at work because it's probably not a good idea. But it's absolutely fine to feel that and have that energy. I mean, I was on a Teams call earlier today, and I was fidgeting like hell. I just couldn't. But I was really aware of it. I was like, oh, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean I'm not listening. It's fine. That energy has to go somewhere. It has to be expressed. And I'm not going to feel bad about wanting to smash things up.
No.
In a possibility. I just have to find a way that gives me that buzz, but doesn't give me a
criminal record.
Yeah.
That's the way forward.
It's okay to be angry.
It's okay to be angry. And I think it's healthy. Let's be honest. It's healthy to have a whole field of different feelings.
Yeah.
And it's normal, it's natural. And to be honest, I think if someone wasn't angry, that would set off more red flags to me than someone going, do you know what, I'm really annoyed and I want to smash something up, or someone going, no, everything's fine and everything's great. And you're like, Really? Are you sure
No.
about that?
So,
Are you
yeah.
alive? So thank you for joining us, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.